Apparently fighting using chi is like chakra from Naruto. You are either born overpowered or extremely average. Hey guys, I'm CherryZero and today I'm here to review the anime Tenjou Tenge. So, Tenjou Tenge initially follows a duo of two people, Shoichiro Nagi and Bob Makihara, newcomers into the school known as quote-unquote Todo Gakuen, a school that was established during the Meiji Restoration, which gathered people from all over the world to re-establish the martial arts. There are two main groups of people that we follow throughout the story, the Enforcement Group and the Juken Club. The main cast of the good guys come from the Juken Club, like the Natsume family and Masatake. The main cast of the bad guys are in the Enforcement Group and are managed by people like Mitsuomi and Isuzu. For a final summary of the story, I think I'm going to quote the synopsis that the Anime Planet team has written for it. Quote-unquote, caught between sexy babes and terrible powers, the battle between the strongest begins. End quote. I gotta say that even though this anime is so old that it came out a couple seasons before I was even born, I enjoyed it relatively alright. It's pretty much just another shonen anime that has things like flashbacks and fighting. It has many intense fighting scenes and good artwork, but something that I have to comment on is the ecchi scenes. I do enjoy ecchi anime and enjoy seeing fanservice from time to time, however in this anime it feels a little off with the fanservice. The timing of the fanservice feels off and usually happens a lot during the fighting scenes. There may be so many fanservice scenes to distract the viewers from noticing the fight scenes. I didn't really notice it at first, but when I thought back about the fighting, it wasn't really animated too great. The art looked pretty pleasing to the eyes though, and nothing seemed wrong in that area. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt though, as this anime is pretty old, and I think the entire anime industry was still experimenting with how to make anime. I'm not trying to make this into a rant, but there are many flaws of the anime that I want to touch up on. One thing is the flashback of the seniors. Yes, we get a flashback, so what's the big deal, you may ask? Well, I am usually fine with a relatively long flashback, like in animes like the one in my previous review, Space Brothers. Well, the thing is that this flashback takes about half the entire anime to finish. In my opinion, it wasn't that entertaining. I was more entertained when I was watching the main cast than the present that we are introduced to in the beginning. However, that might just be me, as I noticed that a few people actually enjoyed the backstory rather than the main story, so take this a little lightly. Rather, if only the flashback didn't take place in the middle of the anime and just took place in the beginning, this isn't that big of a deal. However, this is just one of the two reasons why this anime has bad episode management. The second reason being because of the anime's ending, and how the anime adaptation was cut short. The anime leaves off on a cliffhanger, and then there are two more OVAs that continue from the cliffhanger, and that leaves off on an even more of a cliffhanger. This problem may have been fixed if the anime was produced a few years later. They definitely had time as the manga ended 5 to 6 years after the anime adaptation. If MadHouse, the people that produced the anime, waited a couple to a few more years, then maybe the means to make the anime and the amount of content available would be enough to make a better anime. That's just my opinion though. The voice acting was good and the soundtrack was average. I've heard and seen that the dub is average and there also seems to be translation errors too in it. The opening is literally called quote-unquote Bomb Ahead by Microphone Controller Akio Togashi, also known as MCAT, Macat. I don't know. The opening is a little corny at first for most people, but it turned out to be really catchy and an enjoyable song. I found it to be catchy from the start, to be honest, with how unique it is. It has more of a hip-hop type style rather than the usual J-rock, metal, or J-pop type anime opening. All in all though, I don't really have that much else to say about the anime. It was good, not terrible, but not excellent. I wouldn't recommend this anime if you despise violence, as there is an abundant amount of violence since it is an anime about fighting and martial arts. The same can be said about the abundant amount of ecchi in anime, so if you despise ecchi, be careful about it too. Don't watch it if you hate it so much. Also, if you can get past the weird backstory with the seniors part, then I think that this anime is definitely worth watching. With all that being said, I'm going to rate this anime a 4 stars, 7.5 out of 10 for personal enjoyment, and 3.5 stars, 7 out of 10 for my actual rating. Anyways, what do you guys think about this anime? Did you guys think it was boring, fast, exciting, funny? Also, what is your favorite shonen or fighting / martial arts type anime? Let me know in the comment section below. So, until next time, my name is CherryZero, and I will see you guys next time.